Hello there, how you doing? And welcome to Mater's Tall Tales. The first tale starts with Mater telling McQueen that he used to be a fire truck, but McQueen doesn't believe him. But Mater says to McQueen, "You was there too," and that Mater saved him from a burning building, and when McQueen got taken to the hospital, Mater was actually his doctor too, and saved McQueen's life. But McQueen doesn't believe him, and right then Mater's medical assistant drives by and says,
"Hello, doctor."
The second tale starts with Mater jumping from a small ramp and crashing into some cans, and McQueen asks if he is alright, and Mater tells McQueen that that was nothing compared to what he used to do. He was actually a daredevil, and that people came all around the world to see his stunts, and that he busted almost every part of his body. But McQueen doesn't believe him.
Jumping Carburetor Canyon? No way.
Yes, way, you remember. You was there too.
And we get a flashback at the jump where Mater asks McQueen if he is ready as they light the rocket on his back on fire and drive off the ramp. And while in the air they cut back to Mater telling the story. McQueen asks him if he made the jump, and Mater responds with,
You didn't make it.
The third tale starts with Mater and McQueen driving past some bulldozers, and Mater says that he actually used to be a famous bulldoze fighter in Spain. At one of his shows, while he was distracted with the crowd, the bulldozer buried him in a pile, and Mater of course gets out. But the pile is not shown in any other scene. They let out a bunch more bulldozers and Mater gets surrounded.
What did you do?
What did I? Well, don't you remember? You was there too.
And since McQueen is completely red, the bulldozers drive after him. McQueen tells Mater that that didn't happen, and Mater whispers to him to try and tell it to all the bulldozers around them. The fourth tale starts with some import cars drifting by, and Mater says that he used to be an import. That one day he towed a guy to Japan, where Mater accidentally bumps into a guy who challenges Mater to a drift race. And for Mater to be ready, he will need some modifications. The loser to this race will get their modifications taken away and become stuck. During the race, the guy tries to stop Mater by having some ninjas slow him down.
Whoa, ninjas? What did you do?
Well, shoot, you ought to know. You was there too.
McQueen is able to defeat all the ninjas, and for Mater to have a chance to win, they take a shortcut through a building site, where Mater learns to drift with the help of some oil. But Mater notices that the road is about to end, and he is not able to brake thanks to the oil. So McQueen, with the help of some oil, a pipe, and the fire from his exhaust, is able to shoot Mater to the front of the race, where he only has to drift up a tower to win. But almost at the top, he gets bashed through the rails, but with the help of the hook, he's able to hook himself to the top of the tower and get there first, which means he wins and the other guy has to become stuck. The fifth tale starts with a hubcap flying by Mater and McQueen, and Mater says that it was a UFO. McQueen tries to tell Mater that it was just a hubcap and not a UFO, but Mater insists that it was a UFO since he has actually met one, and that it actually taught Mater how to fly, but it was captured by the military and taken to Area 51. Mater went to save it, and while they were running away...
Do you really expect me to believe that?
Well, you should. You was there too.
Right before the military can capture the UFO, Mater and McQueen, the UFO's mom comes and saves them and dumps Mater and McQueen back in Radiator Springs. But yet McQueen still doesn't believe him, so to prove it happened, Mater tries to fly. While trying, McQueen drives away, so he misses when Mater actually starts to fly. The sixth tale starts with a monster truck driving by, and Mater says that that was nothing compared to the monster trucks he used to wrestle, because he used to be a monster truck wrestler. But in the championship match, Mater had to go up against the reigning champion, Dr. Frankenwagon, and his monster.
Whoa, what did you do?
Don't you remember nothing? We was a tag team.
So Mater tags McQueen to go first, and after Nero escapes from the monster's attack, he tags Mater to go, and Mater is able to flip the entire ring onto the monster. McQueen doesn't believe Mater until Mater's biggest fan comes and asks for an autograph. The seventh tale starts with karaoke night in Radiator Springs, and McQueen asks Mater why he doesn't go up and sing, but Mater doesn't want to steal the show, since he used to be a big rock star in a rock band.
You were heavy metal Mater?
No, we was heavy metal made.
But McQueen still doesn't believe him, as a big balloon of Mater as a rock star floats over them. The eighth tale starts with Mater and McQueen watching the moon, and Mater says that he has actually been there. It all started when Mater was towing a car to Florida when a car got stuck on the moon, so they had to send up a tow truck, and Mater just happened to be there. And after some training, he was ready to go to the moon. There he is able to get the car and start going back to Earth at 17,000 miles per hour.
17,000 miles an hour? No way.
Yes, way. But that was nothing compared to you.
Who zooms right past them going even faster. They all land in the water, or more, McQueen crashes down into the water and Mater parachutes down and lands on a big raft. Now back on Earth, Mater and McQueen are celebrated with parades, interviews, and even Moon Mater Day. McQueen tells Mater that that did not happen, and just then the rocket that shot Mater to the moon comes and says that they have a new problem. The ninth tale starts with Mater telling McQueen that he used to be a private investigator. It all started on a Friday night at 7:15, and Mater was in his office reading some newspaper about counterfeit tires, when a girl named Tia comes in and says that her sister Mia has been carnapped. She says that she last saw her working for Big D at this nightclub. So that's where Mater goes to look first, and he asks one of the singers if she has seen Mia, and she says that she saw her a few days ago with Big D, and she smells salty like the ocean. Mater goes and asks a garbage truck where the dirt on the street is, and says that he doesn't know and that he's been throwing out a bunch of flat tires. And he thinks it's weird because they all smell salty, and he hasn't hasn't smelt that smell since he worked there at the docks. So Mater is off to the docks. Unfortunately, Mater gets spotted by some of Big D's henchmen. They pick him up with a crane and start dangling above the ocean. Tia shows up and Mater finds out that she double-crossed him, and her excuse for it is that it was the only way to save her sister.
Do!
Like you don't know, Lieutenant Lightning McQueen.
And before they are able to throw Mater into the water, Lieutenant McQueen shows up, and while everyone is distracted, Tia sets Mater free and stops Big D by throwing a box on him. And it breaks, showing a bunch of counterfeit tires, and Big D gets taken by the police. McQueen says that is the most ridiculous thing he's ever heard. Right then, the singer from the nightclub comes driving by. The 10th tale starts with Mater trying to teach Guido how to fly. McQueen drives by and asks what's going on. He asks Mater what he knows about flying, to which Mater responds with everything. He explains that he once towed a car to Propwise Junction, a town inhabited by only planes. There he gets some wings and an airplane engine and is taught how to fly. His flying gets the attention of the Falcon Hawks, who are an air show acrobatics team, and they would like for him to become a Falcon Hawk and join them in the performance the next day. The next day at the show, Mater's wings break and he goes down.
Whoa, what did you do?
Oh, you remember Lightning McQueen Hawk?
Before Mater crashes into the ground, McQueen is able to save him and they are able to finish the performance. McQueen says that it did not happen, and just then the Falcon Hawks fly by and pick up Mater as they need him once again for a show. The final tale starts with McQueen asking Mater how Stanley, the town creator, and Lizzie, his wife and resident, met, and Mater tells him how it all started last week. When he tried to put up a new town sign with a clock on it, it falls and lands on Mater. The clock gets stuck on his nose, and when he sneezes he goes back in time. Where he meets Stanley, who asks Mater if he needs a radiator cap, but Mater declines. Instead, Stanley goes to California to find customers, but as a result of this, Radiator Springs is not created, and Mater has to go to the present to get McQueen. And when they get back in time, Mater takes out McQueen's radiator cap and calls Stanley back. Right then, 2 more cars come in search of radiator caps, and Mater suggests building a town there, which Stanley thinks is a good idea. Mater and McQueen travel forward in time to when Lizzie and Stanley first met, and McQueen is actually the one who introduced them to each other. They travel forward some more to when Lizzie and Stanley got married. McQueen says that there is no such thing as time travel, and that's when Lizzie comes and thanks McQueen for introducing her to Stanley.